Hello guys, this is MustangTogunner with a new video. It's called the Royal Army Guide to Victory with my favorite map, Buccaneer Bay. It's gonna be my first guide video, so I made it in 3 languages. I can't wait to get started, and let's do it. Water heals burns. So if you remember from my previous video, that if you do get burned by soldiers in the game, you can just turn around and jump in the water and it'll take the burning away. Nobody knows this. It still works. As you can see, it went away pretty nice. So with the baking TT troop trap, basically you're cooking it before it explodes. So you have 4 seconds. We'll start counting right now. So he's gonna drop it. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you keep running on this around the same area, you're gonna get hurt. And if you have low health, that's with the poison. If you have low health, if you're hanging around the trick trap, it's gonna take more damage and it's gonna put you in risk. Here's the Duckhunt trick that I like to show you guys. If you're by mansion, look where my mouse pointer is. You see the propeller? The propellers between the trees are gonna start moving. That's your cue. Move the tank a little bit forward, aim a little bit forward, boom, it's done. Now with the fence hiding, you'll find that when there's a lot more nationals in one area in the mansion, you're going to use the fence in order to throw grenades at you and try to wear down your tank armor that way. Here's a little trick. If you stand where I'm standing and you keep on hitting that tree, you're always going to hit them no matter how well they're trying to hide. So you can hit 5, you can hit 4, you can even get more points. This is just my demo showing it on one person, but you could be getting it on through many other nationals at once, and you could double your score if you can. So now don't mind where the scenario is, where it's being filmed, but when it comes to hitting the jeeps, what I like to do is, if you hit the door of the jeep instead of the hood of the jeep, you're going to score more points and more chances of killing in one shot. So it just happens to be that my friends are there, so I asked them to act it out for me. As you can see, when you hit the door, you do a lot more damage than if you hit from the front. And see right there in the second clip, I just aim at the door when the car is approaching me, and that way you can see that it's a more for sure kill right there. When the nationals are spawning in mansion and then they're taking these jeeps to get across the bridge to get to the other bases, I like to use a tactic called shooting straight. So when these jeeps are crossing the bridges, you have very short amount of angle to adjust your prediction shot. So what I do is, as soon as I see one coming, as you'll see right here, I just shoot a straight rocket to intercept. And the second scenario is, if you've walked up closer to the bridge, but they're still spawning in mansion and taking the jeeps, the good idea is not to follow with your rocket launcher. It's always to shoot a little bit ahead so it'll intercept with their speed. Now I'm going to demonstrate the trick that I call tank flipping. What that is if you steal one of the nationals' tank and they get all like pissed off because you stole their tank and they start flipping you around and trying to get you out of the tank, the trick that I like to do is I'm trying to simulate a situation where they do flip you off the side. Just shoot in that direction where you're facing and it flips the national tank around. Now it doesn't work if you have a royal tank. Here are different ways that you can go into town with the national tank and the royal tank. If you have a national tank, drive up these rocks. There's no other way you can get through, and then up the stairs, which is quite easy. The other method for the royals is that you can only take the stairs to go up from that side of the town. The other way you can get into town with only in the Royal Tank is if you take the side entrance and you just wiggle your way around through the houses and up to the flag. The other way of doing that is, this is only done if you're going backwards, where you kind of wiggle your way through it. It's going to do a little glitch, and you shoot one shell, and you get a flip trick, and you get through that crack as well. Here's another tip. If you're chasing commandos and you're busy shooting them and they try to wiggle out through the rocks, you can take the Royal Tank and wiggle it right behind them with a little support right from the side. Boom. They have nowhere to go. First strike duck hunt, how it goes is, right at the beginning of the map, if you take a tank, go up to the rock, and you wait patiently for the national plane to arrive. If they finally appear, just aim the tank up higher and you'll get the first strike right away. It's easy. When it comes to driving the Jeep, you may want to drive on the right side of the road. Here's why. Every time you exit the Jeep, it exits the Jeep on the left side of the vehicle. So what's going to happen is, if you come across someone that's driving towards you from the other side of the road, you're gonna want to stay in the Jeep and do not just jump out of the Jeep, because what's gonna happen is he's gonna want to jump out to try to shoot you, and you can easily get a roadkill just by sitting in your Jeep. If you can do splash damage on the planes, you can still get them and do damage. But in this case, it also appeared that the guy rammed into the telephone line, which happens. But if you use those towards your advantage, you can actually get them to hit other things as well. Here is my biggest tip ever. If you ever want to tank smash, never chase the person you want to smash. Always intercept their path. Why? In a tank, or you could be in a Royal Tank or National Tank. You could be just standing there. This is one of the biggest tricks that Nationals do. So let's say you went into Mansion to cap the flag. Well, the stealth camping Nat, what he does is he likes to hide in this spot right here that you're about to see. Let's say that the person on the mountain right now is a commando, and he's actually my guy waving. Let's pretend that he's just camping there and we can't see him. If you want to just shoot there, if you want to just check if there's anybody there, all you do is hit that rock right next to where you think he might be hiding, and if there's a response with a points, then you know there's somebody there. They always like to camp there and like to team chat about your whereabouts. If you think that, let's say, he has moved on towards the left or to his right side, all you do is you have to aim at the bark of the tree. When you aim at the bark of the tree, if you do it right, you'll get a points response above his head, if I can get it right. And now I know he's hiding over there. So you could be hitting these non-movable landmarks to see if he's hiding there, or you could even shoot at the land if you're good at aiming. It'll help him, get more nervous and stop typing about where your whereabouts are.